Alrighty, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. So I just got the lovely news that my stream has been dropping out 25% already. That's lovely. What a great way to start a live stream. See, I don't know if it's because I'm running 2 lives right now or if it's because internet's still being dumb. Anyways, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's see who we got here for today. We got ourselves LWX. We have Alec. We have Tabletop. We got Courtney. We have Crystal. We have Chris, Sleeveless. See Starshine. We have Jenny. What's up, Jenny? We have Mark. We have Kim, Department. Becca. Let's see here. Roadster Jim. Kenneth, Jamie, Chief Fan, Ponderosa, and Jim. What's up, guys? Hope everyone's doing good. Anyways, folks, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. There's a bit of activity really starting to kick up here. We're going to really need to be looking out on the weather for the next couple of days. We're not going to waste your all's time. We're going to get into this right now. So let's hop over here, y'all. So we're going to take a look at the GFS here first. So last couple of days, I have been keeping an eye on the models and stuff like that. You know, obviously we just had that big severe weather outbreak and stuff like that roll through. Unfortunately, I've been kind of watching this for the last couple of days. I didn't really mention it until today, because the models have been in some pretty serious agreement here. Both Euro, ECMWF, as well as the American GFS model have been talking about this system, pretty continuously. But before this system rolls through, I do want to show you guys something. Actually, we're going to hop you guys over here real quickly. Let's go ahead and bring y'all over here. Let's see here. Dixie, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that, or the sticker. Thank you so much, Dixie. That is really, really sweet of you. Thank you so much for your support. That is very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see if I can line this up here. I think my scene's got a little messed up here. Anyways, so we have a little bit of a system rolling through now, kind of kicking its way off across the Midwest, rolling its way into the Ohio Valley here. A bit of snow towards the Central Plains and the Midwest here. A little bit of snow out here, a bit of rain for the Ohio Valley. Might get a little windy. I mean, you might know some definite winds out there towards areas like, Missouri and Illinois here for basically tomorrow. Yeah, for New Year's Eve. So we're going to have this soaking system just drive a lot of rain here across the Ohio Valley. And it might actually bring some snow out here towards some of those upper elevations of West Virginia, possibly a little bit out there towards Ohio here for pretty much the morning of January 1st here for the new year. So this is not the system, though, that we're talking about. This is actually just a little itty-bitty system, a little clipper system rolling through. This will drive a little bit of snowfall through the region here. Once again, nothing really too crazy, but it is something that, could drive some snow across the Ohio Valley and stuff like that. Even a bit of lake effect snow behind it could be quite possible. But like I mentioned, that's not the big storm. Let's go ahead and talk about that. We're going to go ahead and bring you guys over here to this. So this is the GFS model, the American model. If you guys know, this is the long-range American model. You can see this is the system we were just talking about. That kind of rolls through. Once again, that's not the system we're talking about. We work our way down in time here. It's a little ways down as we approach our way right around the 5th and 6th. It is a couple of days out, of course, but like I mentioned here, this has been consistent on the models for the last while. Not just the GFS, but it's also for the Euro ECMWF. So the European model, the GFS model, they're both agreeing on this system here, in which this storm could become problematic here. As you can see, first of all, the GFS model on the latest run here suggests that we have a pretty good amount of snow potentially falling through the Midwest out here, as well as maybe even a bit of ice involved here as well, which, that could be a quite problem. Ice is much more of an issue than snow. Because it just makes travel even worse. I mean, it makes the roads even worse. Not to mention, some of this ice could be pretty low down in the country here, as you guys can actually see. So, some of that ice could end up towards the Tennessee Valley, maybe driving a little bit of ice out there. We're still not going to pinpoint it quite yet. It still is a couple of days out, like we mentioned. This is between the 5th, going in the 6th here. and through the 7th. So that could be something that we do need to be looking out there for. Now, with that being said, there is going to be that cold front rolling through. There might be potential here for honestly maybe some storms. We're going to have to look out for that though. What's up, Jenny? Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Same thing for you, Crystal. You guys greatly appreciate it. Seriously, thank you for your support, y'all. Greatly appreciate it, and it really helps us out a lot. So seriously, thank you guys. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Crystal. I really appreciate it, and also thank you to Dixie earlier too. Thank you guys for your support. Greatly appreciated. Once again, it helps us out a ton. Helps keep our programs up and running. Keeps Andrew up and running, which is pretty nice. So, so thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But yeah, so that's the GFS's opinion here. It still is a bit too early to tell, like, snow accumulations and stuff like that. We're not quite to that level quite yet. But with that being said, let's hop to Euro. Let's take a look at the ECMWF here. So, first of all, we have that little system that we were just talking about beforehand. Could drive a little bit of snow throughout portions of the Ohio Valley. Really not a big system, not a huge worry. On the backside, though, there could be some lake effect snow for the areas of the eastern Great Lakes. So just keep an eye out there for that. As that cold air works its way down in the country, as it rolls its way down, it could allow for basically a bit of a lake effect snow, which could be an issue. We'll get to accumulations and stuff like that for the lake effect here relatively soon. But we work our way down in time. Look at this. What do you know? Euro is on board too. I mean, this is right around the 5th, like the GFS was talking about, right around the 5th here, and you can see we do have a lot of snow popping off here potentially towards like the Midwest, towards like the Ohio Valley, and there you go. Even a little bit of ice potential is what with this as well. Now the line of where the ice is going to be, like where the ice is going to be, how far south it potentially could be. Most of the models, they do suggest the ice, like the GFS and Euro, they do obviously mention that. But the Euro has that ice line maybe being a little bit further to the north here in comparison to like the GFS. The GFS does suggest that ice maybe being a bit more to the south. Possibly more towards like Tennessee potentially. So that is something that still needs to be worked out, obviously. But still, even Euro suggests that that cold front rolling through, which there very well could be some instability on that, which could be another storm maker that we're going to have to look out for. Oh my gosh, dude. Roadster Jim, my man, coming in with a $20 super chat, dude. Holy cow, dude. Thank you so much, Roadster. He just absolutely crushed that goal, man. Thank you, Roadster. That is really nice of you, dude. Thank you so much for the support, man. That is really, really appreciated. Thank you, seriously, guys, for all your support. You guys are awesome. Thank you, man. Huge shout out goes to Roadster Jim, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Let's see. Dixie says, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all as well. Seriously, thank you, guys. Brian says, I remember when you were at 3K subs. Look at you now. Hey, man, we're near 30,000. I still can't believe that, to be honest with you. I couldn't have done it without y'all. Thank you seriously much. Very, very thankful for you guys. Let's see here. Jenny says, I'm really worried about the cold snap coming to Northern Virginia. Gotcha. This storm certainly could definitely bring down a lot of cold air with it. So, yeah, on the backside, both models, they do suggest this. On the backside, we get that cooler air pulling down from up north. So our fellow Canadians are giving us a shot of cold air here, which could be a bit of an issue. Let's look at that, actually. I'm curious to see how cold it gets between the models. We'll look at the Euro here first regarding temperatures and stuff. Wow. Holy cow, dude. Goodness. Okay, so this is for the... Wow, that is really cold. So yeah, Euro here shows for the morning of the 7th, negative potential. Once again, this is not your feel-like temp. This is not your feel-like. This is your actual temperature out here. Freezing in Florida, possibly, according to Euro. But yeah, look at the Midwest here. We're talking like in the negatives potentially. towards like, Missouri, Iowa, towards like Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, North Dakota. I mean, it's not too uncommon up there, but yeah, that could be quite a plunge. Could be quite a plunge here. Crystal, thanks for the gift of 1 membership. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see. Do I think that the Three Rivers, Michigan will be all right? They've been hit by a bunch this year. So for this upcoming system, it seems like most of the models, like the GFS and the Euro we talked about, will have that system mostly south of you guys. However, you're not going to be really too protected from the cold. That's going to be something that you're going to have to really look out for. I think we're in for a cold winter. I mean, shoot, we just got into winter, right? We had some pretty cold temperatures already. We've already had some pretty cold temps out there in the country, this year before winter even happened. It's an early sign, I think, that we could be in quite for a cold winter. But yeah, once again, for the morning here, basically of the 8th. Quite cold temperatures. Do not be surprised if that is a thing. I know it's a few days out, obviously, and you know me, I don't like to look too far down in time, but there's just been so much consistency here. The models have been like on point for the last several days with this. So I have enough confidence now to really talk about this system, because it does seem like it's kind of been set in stone here. Let's look at GFS here. Let's pop back to the American model. Let's see what we're looking at here with the temps. Okay, so here it comes. Here comes that plunge here. You know what? GFS is a little bit different here. So for the 7th, it still shows potential like negative temperatures up north, like in North, South Dakota, Minnesota, potentially even cooler overall. But the Midwest, not as cold, but still in single digits. Really not any much better, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, this model here, the GFS, doesn't show it getting as cold for areas down south either. Like the Euro suggested, the Euro has that plunge being a lot further south, as you guys can kind of see here. This is the morning of the 7th, you guys can see, where it shows Florida, northern Florida, getting in the 20s. No thanks. We don't need that. Let's see here. Dove Ice says, thumbs up. We love you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Let's see. I remember 2 years ago having one heck of a cold snap. I think every city except LA and Miami were below freezing. Wow. You know what? I was in Florida during that winter. That was, 22? We did have a day, I do remember. I wasn't too sure. I'm not sure if this is it, but there was a day in 22 where it got down the 20s here in Central Florida. That was back in 22. I was in Florida at the time. So that could be the day. Could be the day. Probably was, because it was pretty cold that day. Let's see here. Valley, thank you so much. Tropical Storm for 7 months, man. Appreciate your support. Trying to send a tip, girl. You don't got to worry about that, my friend. Thank you, though. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Let's see here. The outbreak was horrible. Oh, yeah, it was pretty bad the other day, for sure. Let me look at the models here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to ignore the news feed. We don't need any of that garbage. Let's look over here at the models on another page. Same model, GFS. I like to use this page for like looking at instability and stuff. I just like the color table better. Can I fit this to screen, maybe? Nope, my scenes are all broke. I'm going to need somebody in my Discord. Can you do me a favor? If anybody in our Discord is here in the chat, can you ping me and tell me to fix my scenes? Because if nobody tells me, I'm going to end up forgetting. So basically, I'm just going to totally forget until next stream. So if somebody could, I would be very thankful for that. Okay, so here's GFS. This is the 18 Zulu. This is the latest run we got right now, whenever it comes to it. So the GFS on early indicators does show instability available, however, quite shallow. Fairly far down. So this purple color that you see here, this is our instability, which is our fuel for storms, right? So there could be enough instability for maybe some deep south storms. I think that's possible. I really do. Let's look at the previous run. I'm curious to see how it's trended since the last run. Actually, even more shallow in the run earlier today. You can see that instability. So there might be a trend, maybe getting a little bit higher up in the country. You can see here. I don't know. We'll have to watch it. One thing I will say though is that the long range models, like the GFS, are not necessarily the best at predicting long range instability. For me, anyways, I only really like to look at the energy like if it's within a reasonable time frame, like from the NAM model or something like that, because GFS can sometimes really underestimate how much instability could be in the atmosphere. I'm pretty sure it even did it for the last storm that we just had. GFS was underestimating it, and then we ended up with 2,000-3,000 joules, I think. Pretty good amount of instability out there. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get some of these comments here. Don't freeze our oranges, please. Yeah. Hey, I mean, GF or Euro wants that to happen, man. I don't know. We'll have to see. Do I think Northwest Washington is going to get any or snow or anything? I for real don't want to deal with that if I'm not prepared for it. So I know you guys up Pacific Northwest. I know you guys have been dealing with a lot of atmospheric river activity. Here, let's bring up our precip type. Yeah, you guys have been getting hit pretty hard. We have another round coming through right around, let's see here. Oh, January 1st will bring a little bit for those upper elevations. But yeah, for lower elevations like Seattle and whatnot, I don't think anytime soon. I think you guys are just going to be stuck with that rainfall. I think it's just going to stay a little bit too warm for that. But yeah, those upper elevations, though, you guys, are going to be dealing with that snowfall. Y'all have been, actually. Here's the NAM, which is more higher resolution, as you can tell. Yeah, here for the first, you guys can't see the time, but this is for January 1st in the morning here. Yeah, those upper elevations there, I mean, they do pick up a bit of snowfall, so that is something that we are going to look out for. But yeah, the lower elevations really not going to be in for a whole lot quite yet. Those lower elevations, mostly just rain. But hey, man, at some point this year, though, as things do get colder, don't be surprised if we do end up getting stuff out there. I mean, you can see it's close. You can see it's fairly close. I mean, temps are actually in the 40s and some even in the upper 30s. So, hey, it's not too far from snowing in some of those areas here. And once we really start digging our way into January, you're going to notice that snow line is going to start really getting lower, and you're going to start to see that towards some of the areas near Seattle, if not for Seattle area. Possibly later on this month here. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and hop you guys back over here. We're going to bring our main model back up and stuff like that. There we go. Hey, that will actually, I got this one to line up pretty good, unlike the other ones. All right, let's see here. Let me look at the chat, see what we got going on in here. So, please pray for Nashville doesn't get hit. Yeah, I don't know if Nashville will or get hit or not by any upcoming severe weather. I wouldn't count on it right now. Nothing to worry about for you guys, really. I think you guys are pretty good. I mean, we'll keep an eye on that potential. I'm still not very much sure, or the models, I should really say, are still really not sure exactly what we're going to be dealing with instability-wise or thunderstorm potential, severe weather-wise. As of now, SPC I don't think has anything on that, though. Here, let me bring that up real quickly. Yeah, SPC does not have any active threats here for the next couple of days. So for today, we got a normal thunderstorm threat today, tomorrow. No thunderstorm risk here for Wednesday. And then, the rest of the days we're pretty good. Yeah, so nothing on the table quite yet. So, but yeah, if that does pop up from SPC and stuff like that, which that's what you really got to go off of. If that does come through, we will obviously be the first to let you guys know. So we also got that automated radar stream going too. So if you guys wanted to peek in there every once in a while just to check on things, it'll automatically give you the latest for sure. Let's see here. Can I please explain the difference between GFS, NAM, HRRR, 18 Zulu, GFCS? GFC. I've never heard of GFCS. All those on SPC. So the GFS stands for Global Forecasting System. It's a long-range American model. The NAM is the North American model, another American model. It's more mid-range, higher resolution, but it doesn't go out as far. Then you got HRRR, which stands for High Resolution Rapid Refresh. It is I think it's a 1 by 1 kilometer resolution, which is a very high resolution in order to to really analyze upcoming events. Pretty good. For like looking at severe weather events who's like right next, within the next day or so, or the day of. HRRR is pretty good for that. What we're looking at in this live stream is mostly those long range models. It's not necessarily used for looking at like pinpoint accuracy, but more of general what kind of weather you could see. If that makes any sense. The long range models are meant for looking a little bit further out in time just to see signals for any storm systems, which we do have a signal that we're looking at now. And then once the storm gets a little closer, then we look at the mid-range like NAM. That gives us a little bit more of higher resolution, viewing and stuff like that. And then we get towards like HRRR, which is like the low resolution stuff, higher resolution stuff, which is much better in the short range. What's up, Andrew? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Ginny? I know you've been here for a little bit, but let's see here. What is the winter going to be like in Parkersburg, West Virginia? I don't know if that's good because I'm a beginner in meteorology. So Mid-Atlantic has been severely quiet the last several years. I didn't live in West Virginia, but I lived close. I lived up in Northern Virginia for a long time, and it's been we've been in a drought for like any winter activity, pretty much lately. I do think this year could be quite a change. The last good storms that we really had out towards the Mid-Atlantic was like 2016. We had a storm called Winter Storm Jonas. I was there. We had like 30 something inches in Northern Virginia. Anyways, but I think this year, honestly, I really do think that this year could be quite active for us out here towards the Mid-Atlantic. I don't live in the Mid-Atlantic anymore, but I do think you guys could be quite active coming up here. That's for sure. It's already been a lot colder. My dad still lives up there, and he's been telling me that it's been still very cold, and I've been even seeing it too on the observations in Medar and stuff like that. It's already been a lot colder this year than it typically has been. Pretty good sign. Let's see here. Is it all the same thing, just a different forecast from each one, correct? I know HRRR is probably the best, NAM's kind of but thank you. No, they're not the same. They use different equations, different calculation principles. No, they work differently. Like I mentioned, they each kind of have their own job. Like the GFS and the Euro is really good for long range looking, like I said, for looking at signals beyond a couple of days. Then you got NAM, which kind of gives you a little bit of a better resolution of the events, a couple of days out. And you got like the HRRR, which gets really into depth, which basically is, like we mentioned, is really good for like severe weather events that are the day of or the next day, basically. Jason, thank you so much, man, for the $5. Appreciate it. Say, extended forecast for Salt Lake City. Thank you for being on the tube. No problem, man. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that. I don't think you guys really have a lot to look out for towards the Salt Lake City area. Actually, I haven't forecasted for you guys in a while, to be honest. Yeah, really nothing significant for you all really expected. As you can kind of see, it's fairly dry. Not a whole lot according to NAM here, which is kind of our mid-range model here. Within the next couple of days, anywhere from basically now until like the beginning of the second, pretty calm. It seems like we have relatively high pressure building in, which is just keeping things relatively precipitationless. However, we could get a little bit of upper level snow towards like the northern sides of Utah, basically towards the late first into the early second could be possible. But honestly, nothing significant for you guys, really. Let's look at the GFS here. Go a little bit more higher resolution. Yeah, really not a lot, to be honest with you. No, honestly, it looks pretty good for you, Jason. It looks pretty clear for your area, especially out the Pacific Southwest. Looks pretty good. The only thing is out towards the west that we really need to be paying attention to is those atmospheric rivers in the Pacific Northwest. They've been happening for a while now, and they're still going to be happening. It's just, round after round. We got another round kind of coming through for the first, following by another big round here, possibly right around the third or so out there in the Pacific Northwest. But no, Jason, honestly, you should be pretty good, man. Honestly, doesn't seem like there's a lot of anything really going on out there. So you should be pretty good. Once again, thanks for the 5. Appreciate that. What's Northern Kentucky going to get on the 5th? So that's kind of what we need to figure out here. Here, let's hop back to GFS, and we will actually, let's pull up a regional view of the Ohio Valley here. Just get a good broad look here. So according to, where is this at? Precipitation type rate. Here we go. So this is GFS. This is the American model. So when it comes to it, this is where things differ a little bit. Why is that not lining up? Hold on. Here we go. Perfect. Anyways, so whenever it comes to it here, as you can see, we do have ourselves a bit of freezing rain, potential sleet towards the area. This is not 100% for you because the Euro, as you're going to see here, the European model has this activity, this ice, being a little bit further south. So towards Kentucky, according to GFS, there could be some ice. I wouldn't really count on it too much quite yet. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out, but I wouldn't really fully count on that happening. Could be some winter impacts right there, right around the 5th and 6th for you guys. Now, Euro, the ECMWF, the European model, as you can see, actually, hold on a minute. Is that new? No, it seems like that's actually trended a bit up north. Was that the GFS or something? I'm confused. Or here, we were on the 8 or the 12 Zulu GFS here. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, so the new GFS, the 18 Zulu, the newest one, suggests that some of that ice being a bit more to the south. For some reason, I thought it was Euro, but no, it's the latest GFS does show a bit of ice, maybe towards like Tennessee, possibly keeping Kentucky in the snow. But then, yeah, the Euro, as you did just see, does have mostly just kind of a mix out there, if not some ice. There's like, you see those X's that are in there? That's weird. But yeah. So could be some ice out in those regions there. We'll have to see. I mean, we need to kind of work that out over the next couple of days. But, as you can obviously tell, between the GFS and the Euro, the European model and the American model, there is some solid agreement here. Models are really not that far off from each other. I mean, for being, like 5 days out, that's 5-6 days out, that's pretty good. Yeah, I typically don't like to look that far out, but when you have signals like this, it's a lot better, and it's more reliable, per se. That's why we're talking about it. All right, let's see here. LWXs, I don't want to seem pushy about it, but I've got to run soon. Anything for 63020 snow-wise? I've been around for more. I'll be around for more streams soon. No need for answer question right now if you're busy. So, like I mentioned, I don't know if you're here or not earlier when I said this, it's still a little early for accumulations on this, just because of how the how still a little different the models are, per se. So you're out there in Missouri. See, you're just south of St. Louis. Euro suggests, you kind of being near that snow, possibly near that ice line, which we'll have to see. That would drastically change your accumulations, while the GFS here doesn't really show you in much of snow, possibly just more ice. So there is a lot of differences, as you can tell. It's just too early to tell for accumulations and stuff like that. But yeah, anytime soon, with this little clipper system here rolling through now, yeah, you're not going to be really seeing a whole lot anytime soon. But we'll keep you posted. Just stay tuned for further updates and stuff like that, and we'll give you some more info on it. Oh, let's see here. Wisconsin's going to get snow this year, and it's going to get cold. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know it. Even, Enso neutral conditions in La Nina, which is just normal conditions. So you guys have heard El Nino, La Nina before. Not a lot of people have heard neutral or Enso neutral. That's basically the middle ground, nor El Nino or La Nina. So La Nina really brings in a lot of cold air. to the east. In the Ohio Valley, upper Midwest, those regions there really get a lot of cold air during La Nina. We're not going to be in a La Nina this year. We're not going to be in an El Nino this year. We're going to be kind of that neutral status. But even during the neutral status of the year, it still brings in cool air. La Nina, neutral or not, are still two of the oscillations that do bring cooler air to the environment of the Ohio Valley, the Midwest, and stuff like that. We're going to be in for a cold winter. We've already been in a pretty cold late fall, early winter already. It's already showing itself, and I think it's really going to continue to do that. I think we're really getting ready to start getting some big storms soon, and this might be the first of a long line of train of storms that will possibly occur down in the long range. So I think this January is going to be pretty bad. I'm not going to lie with you. I mean, just the way that things have been looking, things have already been. We're in for quite a season, honestly. Especially for the Mid-Atlantic, I think, or the East, I should say, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic. I think we might be pretty good this year. Let's see. What's up, James? Hope you're doing good. Have I seen what's coming the second week of January? Xavier, that's a bit far out for me, honestly. Personally, I don't like looking more than 7 days, to be honest with you. This event's within the next 5 to 6 days. I really don't even like looking that far, but we have such good agreement between the Euro and the GFS that it's worth mentioning. That's why we're really talking about this right now. But, yeah, for the second week of January, that's still very far-fetched, and it will likely be gone. Let's see here. Don't want no ice. Honestly, ice is terrible. Ice just isn't. It's not even. I mean, no. Ice just is terrible. It's way worse than snow. Let's see. Sounds good. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense. It really depends on where the cold sets up along the low pressure system. That's why I hate snow forecasting. Way too many factors. Yeah. I mean, not only do you have to pay attention to where that cold air and stuff like this, but you also got to be focusing not just ground level, but also like upper levels as well. You need to be really focusing on the temperatures throughout the entire atmosphere and not just ground level. While thunderstorms, you don't got to worry about freezing point and stuff like that. Well, for hail development, you kind of do, but for winter weather, determining precip type, you need to know the temperatures throughout the atmosphere. It can be overwhelming for sure. And still being 5-6 days away, like I said, there's a lot that can change in that time period. But given the way that how well the models agree right now, honestly, I think models are doing pretty good as of right now. If we're getting this good of agreement this far out, that's a good sign that it might stay. So we'll have to see. If the ice gets, if I get ice, is that going to be somewhat annoying? We get Hold on a minute. Sorry, Andrea. My brain just didn't work whenever reading that. If I get ice, that is going to be somewhat annoying. We get ice basically every year. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, ice is a big problem. It really is. In which, unfortunately, from this storm here, it does look quite possible that we could have some big ice concerns. Hate to say it, but, it certainly looks possible for sure. Let's see here. Any signs of severe weather for Georgia anytime soon, says Drew? So with this system, like we mentioned here, I mean, there could be some severe weather along with it, and everything like that. It's still just a little too early to really pinpoint what areas really could see that potential. I mean, there is still a potential that this couldn't really bring a big severe weather event, but like I mentioned earlier, the long-range models, they do tend to underestimate instability. Which is something I do want to let you guys know. While GFS does show some energy out here in the south as the storm kind of rolls through, which could still be enough for storms, perhaps some severe weather, just depends on, moisture and all kinds of other ingredients. But I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't really. And as we do get closer, I would honestly be willing to bet all my chips on the fact that it would probably be increasing in instability and how much energy we have in the atmosphere. So with that being said, too early to tell for that, specifically, but I wouldn't rule out severe weather in the south. I do think it would be quite possible. With an event like this, increased wind shear, plus with the instability that's there, likely to be amplified as we do get closer to the event, I think so. Let's Let's see. I heard Florida Keys might get snow flurries. No. Wherever you heard that, that's just somebody trying to get views. No. So I did see a post where there was the GFS suggesting a bit of snow in Florida, but that's just a fluke model. A fluke model run. Honestly, it's not going to happen. Don't get your hopes up. Seriously. Let's see. I got a portable heater for Christmas for my truck, but I guess it works anywhere. Haven't opened it. Yeah, nice, Jared. That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, you might definitely need it. What's up, Clint? Hope you're doing good, man. Let's see here. My internet's working in Andrew. That's a plus. Hey, Crystal, don't jinx it. You know, if it starts acting up, I'm gonna have to blame you. Let's see here. Drew says, so we got to prepare for severe weather. So Drew, honestly, right now there's no active threats currently for your area. From this event, there will, possibly be some severe weather. But honestly, it's not worth like full on preparations right now because it's still not too clear on exactly who will if people do get severe weather. See, I thought it was fake. Yeah, it is fake. I saw that on Twitter. Oh, man. Where in Florida? So I think it was like the GFS model. Let's see if I can find it. It was one of these runs from earlier today, I think. Let's try 06. Seriously, don't trust this, guys. I'm not even kidding with you. There it is. So, yeah. GFS showed some Gulf effect snow, they call it. Maybe some snow, which will not happen. First of all, okay, I'm gonna ramble a little bit. It is so annoying how many people on Twitter there is who really think forecasting this far out, upwards of 280 to 300 something hours out. People who even remotely try to forecast that far is just obviously doesn't know what they're doing. You really cannot forecast that far out. I mean, seriously. But yeah, this is somebody really posted this on Twitter just for views. But come on, man. Got to be more realistic than that. Last time we had snow down there, I think was like 1977. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, please watch where you see this stuff on Twitter. And honestly, I want you here's your little homework, guys. Or at least a little bit of a heads up. So if you ever see somebody showing something that looks too good to be true, more than likely it is. But I want you to look out for F. This stands for forecast hour. If it's above like 180, if it's anything higher than 180, don't trust it because it gets too far out after that point. You see these people on Twitter who literally post, like 280 to 320 or something hours out. It's like, really? Come on, man. How can you even do that? So yeah, that's what you got to look out for, guys. Just make sure that you take my advice here because if it's more than good to be true, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. See here, 1977 was just a year before I was born. Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't alive yet. I was negative like 20 something years old. But anyways, let's see here. But yeah, so guys, we're probably going to be heading off here relatively soon. I just wanted to hop on here, talk about this for a little bit. We'll keep you guys posted through the next couple of days here. And, if obviously we get some more information on it and stuff, we'll let you guys know. We'll make sure to keep you guys posted with everything going on. I know it's still a little bit too early to be for sure, exactly what everybody's going to be getting. But it does look like we are going to be seeing possibly a bit of ice, possibly a bit of snow, and all kinds of stuff like that. So we're going to definitely need to be weather aware for the next couple of days. And once again, the timing on this event, for the people who's wondering, this will be right around the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th of January. I know it's a little bit far-fetched. I don't like to look usually that far out. But like we mentioned, there is a bit of agreement between the GFS, not just the GFS, but also like the Euro here. So that we have two long-range models talking about this system. It makes me feel safe to talk about it, honestly. because, it seems like we do got some agreement. But yeah, this is Euro's take on this here for basically the late 5th. As you can see here, possibly a pretty good amount of snow falling throughout the Midwest Ohio Valley. A bit of wintry mix and ice could be a problem too. And of course, this a lot of heavy rain, potential severe weather we'll have to see on the bottom side here. And then when comparing that with the GFS here, the GFS, the American model, here for basically the morning of, what was it? Did I say the morning of the 5th or the morning of the 6th? I think the morning of the 6th here, yeah. Late the 5th. So yeah, you can see, the GFS does show a bit more heavier ice and stuff like that, with that long line, that cold front, potential severe weather on that as well. So we'll have to see. See, Andrew speaks the truth. I sure do, man. Honestly, I'm tired of people really over-exaggerating the weather and really giving out false info. So, yeah, that Florida thing, like I saw earlier, it's just ridiculous, guys. Seriously, don't trust that. Oh, man. Alrighty, let's see here. One snowflake in Atlanta shuts Atlanta. Did I say Atlanta? I was trying to mix Orlando and Atlanta. Atlanta. Oh gosh, yeah, it's time for me to get off, guys. I'm. See, thanks so much for doing the stream, even though it's far out. Just love hearing about all the possibilities. Yeah, no problem. And like I mentioned, we'll be doing this thing tomorrow too. We'll be live for you guys tomorrow to give you guys some more updates and stuff like that as well. So. Stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like. Be greatly appreciated. And maybe even share it with your friends and family. Be greatly appreciated. Does Waffle House close for the snow? I don't know about the Waffle House index quite yet, but I know it exists for hurricanes. So for the people who don't know, the Waffle House index is determining on if Waffle House is closed or not. The meme is that Waffle House usually stays open during the most ridiculous weather, in which if Waffle House closes, that means it's bad. So that's for the people who don't understand that. Oh, man. Let's see here. What about Milwaukee, Wisconsin? I don't think you guys are really going to be dealing with a whole lot up there towards Milwaukee. Here, let's hop over here to Wisconsin's POV. So yeah, Milwaukee's right in here. Really nothing big. That storm could bring some snow towards the region here. We'll have to see. GFS, as you can tell, does have a bit of that snow working its way out towards Wisconsin, as well as towards the region there. But Euro here, like the ECMWF, shows that kind of being a dodge, or kind of dodging, essentially being more to the south. We'll see. GFS has up north, Euro has a little bit more to the south, but the fact that both models do suggest a storm here at the same time is good, showing that there is some solid evidence on the system here, and unfortunately both of them do suggest a bit of an ice event too. So we'll have to see about all that. But yeah, for you, honestly, probably the thing you need to look out for is that cold air coming behind it. Because, boy, let me tell you, man, it's going to be quite cold. Quite cold. We'll look at the wind chill just because we can. Euro here suggests... yeah, look at this. So this is for basically... holy cow, dude. Okay, so this is the morning of the 6th here. Okay, so out there towards, like, Milwaukee, we're talking, like, single digits. But look out in the Midwest, dude. Like, Iowa and Missouri, we're in the negatives. The northern plains here is, like, in the negative 20s wind chill. Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, this is far-fetched here. I don't want to go any further here. But, it could even get colder up there towards the region. So... yeah, really the only thing you got to look out for up there is the cold air and maybe some snow. We'll have to see for sure. But it's going to be cold. I'm warning y'all now. We're getting ready to get a big cold shot. So, all right, everybody. Well, I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's live. I got some things I got to go do. Plus, I think we got the word out there. I think basically we talked about everything we need to talk about. Tomorrow we'll have some more info. We'll let you guys know what's still are not there anymore. I think, like I mentioned, since both models have been consistent, GFS, Euro have been consistent about talking about this event here, I think it's pretty well set. And pretty well said that this will likely happen. I mean, confidence is high at this point, considering that we have both of the major models for several runs. Talking about this system is a good sign that this storm will happen. It's just tomorrow we'll see if models still agree on what they're doing right now, or if they pick up some new information. We'll have to see. But for now, it looks like a lot of snow, a lot of ice, and possibly even some severe weather could be a concern. So we'll have to look out there for that. I'm getting cold watching this forecast. Here, let me go down south. Let's warm it up a bit. It's too cold. There we go. Is that better? Hold on. There we go. 70s. That's better. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Y'all take care. Once again, if you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button, leaving a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And most importantly, sharing this with your friends and your family. Before I head off here, let me go ahead and give a warm thank you to the people who have supported us. We had a lot of generous people today support our channel through super chats and stuff like that. So I honestly just really want to say thank you to everybody who has supported us. I mean, it is just greatly appreciated. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and scroll back up here. For some reason, it's not wanting to load all of them for me. For some reason, it didn't load everything. Well, seriously, to the people, though, who have super chatted and stuff like that, my thing's not loading for me. I know Roaster Jim did. Jenny, Crystal, thank you guys. Valley, of course, everybody else who did as well. Who was it? Was it Dixie that donated as well? My memory's terrible, and if my chat would work, that I could actually do that. Let's see here. Yeah. Anyways, folks, sorry, but seriously, for the people who have supported us, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Jenny, thank you so much for another 2. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. Stream's going to head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So once again, thank you all for joining us. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. You guys take care. Why is my stream all messed up here? Hold on. Why does it say it's ending and starting at the same time? Oh, Lord. This got a little messed up here. Oh, buddy. How do I have so many text products. It's ridiculous. I need to find it. Ah, there it is. Okay, let's go ahead and remove that. There we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. I love you all. Thanks for hanging out with us. Once again, for the people who have supported us, thank you so much for your support. You guys are awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Once again, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on your way out. And share this to your friends and family. Put on your Facebook. Put on your Twitter. Be greatly appreciated. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.